What if I told you that the reason you drift when you walk, that quiet pull to one side, that moment of hesitation before your body decides which way is straight, has nothing to do with your legs at all? And what if I told you that the real cause is something happening inside your neck right now that nobody has ever explained to you? Because here's what I see happen over and over again. Someone starts drifting when they walk. They reach for walls when they stand up. Their body hesitates in ways it never used to. They go to their doctor and they hear the same things every time. Watch your step. Hold the railing. Maybe it's just age. So they go home, try a few leg exercises, and nothing changes. The drifting continues. The hesitation continues. And eventually they accept it as inevitable. I am here today to tell you it is not inevitable. I am going to explain exactly what is happening inside your body, in plain, simple terms. And then I am going to walk you through 8 exercises that target the real problem directly. No gym, no equipment, just a wall, a chair, and less than 12 minutes a day. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. What's actually happening in your body? Here is the truth that most people never hear. When you start drifting when you walk, the problem is almost never your legs. At the base of your skull sits a structure called the cerebellum, your brain's balance command center. Every second you are upright, it receives signals from your muscles, your joints, your inner ear, and your eyes, and uses all of that to make constant tiny corrections that keep you walking straight. When it's working well, you never feel it. You just walk. When it starts running at reduced capacity, you drift, you grab walls, and every step feels slightly uncertain. Now here is the part that changes everything. The arteries that carry blood to your cerebellum travel through the bones of your neck, one vertebra at a time. So when those neck muscles become chronically tight from years of posture habits or old injuries, they quietly compress those arteries and reduce the blood supply reaching your cerebellum. Not dramatically, but enough over months and years to slowly erode your balance and coordination. That is the real mechanism. And fixing it means addressing both sides, releasing the restriction in your neck and retraining the cerebellum directly. That is exactly what these 8 exercises do. The exercises. We work in 2 groups today. Group 1 releases the neck tension. Group 2 trains your cerebellum. You need both. They work together. Group 1. Neck release exercises. Exercise 1. Base of neck rotation release. Why this matters. The junction where your neck meets your upper back is one of the 2 areas most likely to accumulate stiffness that compresses the arteries feeding your cerebellum. This movement gently mobilizes that exact zone. How to do it. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight. Gently drop your chin slightly toward your chest. Place 2 fingertips against the bony bump at the very base of your neck, that prominent vertebra where the neck meets the upper back. Slowly rotate your head to the right, using your fingertips to apply gentle guiding pressure in the same direction. Move only as far as comfortable. You want a mild stretching sensation, never pain. Hold at that gentle end point for 3 to 4 seconds. Slowly return to center. Repeat on the left side. Do 5 repetitions on each side. Practice once in the morning and once in the evening. Most people notice their range of motion gradually increasing over the first 1 to 2 weeks as the stiffness begins to ease. Exercise 2. Side neck stretch. Why this matters. The large diagonal muscle running from behind your ear down to your collarbone is one of the most chronically overworked muscles in the body. When it stays tight, it places sustained pressure on the structures running through your cervical spine, including the arteries feeding your cerebellum. How to do it. Place one hand flat against your collarbone on one side and press gently downward to anchor the tissue. Slowly tilt your head toward the opposite shoulder and lift your chin very slightly upward. You should feel a clear, deep stretch running along the full side of your neck. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing slowly and steadily. Do not pull or force. Let gravity and time do the work. Return slowly to center and repeat on the other side. Do 2 repetitions on each side per session. Exercise 3. Neck self-massage. Why this matters. Stretching releases muscle length. Massage releases the deeper tissue tension that builds up over years and doesn't respond to stretching alone, the kind that quietly narrows the space around those cervical arteries. How to do it. Using the fingertips of both hands, begin at the base of your skull and apply firm circular pressure as you work slowly down both sides of your neck toward the base. Spend about 60 to 90 seconds on each side. Look for areas that feel noticeably tighter or more tender than the surrounding tissue. Spend a little extra time on those spots, not digging in painfully, but applying steady, gentle pressure until you feel the tissue begin to soften. Do this once daily, ideally in the morning before or after the other 2 neck exercises. Group 2, Cerebellum Training Exercises. Exercise 4, Slow Motion Straight Line Walk. Why this matters. Before you can retrain your walking pattern, you need to slow it down enough that your brain can consciously register and correct each step. Slow motion walking strips away the momentum that normally covers up your weaknesses and forces every muscle and every balance signal to work with full intention. How to do it. Find a clear hallway. Place one hand lightly on the wall if you need support to start. Begin walking at the slowest pace you can manage, so slow that each step takes a full 3 to 4 seconds to complete. Lift your foot deliberately, pause briefly in the air, reach your heel slightly forward and lower it to the floor with full control. Feel your weight shift through your foot before taking the next step. Walk 10 steps forward. Turn carefully using small marching steps. Walk 10 steps back. That is 1 set. Complete 3 sets. What to focus on. Look straight ahead, not down at your feet. Your balance system needs to work while your eyes are focused on where you are going, not where your feet are landing. The wobbling you feel during this exercise is your cerebellum actively working. That is not a problem. That is the entire point. Progress tip. Once this feels smooth, try it on carpet versus hardwood. The slight surface change forces your nervous system to adapt and generalize the pattern, which is what you need for real-world safety. Exercise 5. Tandem heel-to-toe walk. Why this matters. This directly simulates the kind of walking that causes the most falls. Narrow hallways, stepping carefully around furniture, navigating tight spaces. It trains dynamic balance, which is your balance while you are actually in motion, not standing still. How to do it. Stand at one end of a clear hallway with one hand lightly touching the wall. Place your right foot directly in front of your left so that the heel of your right foot nearly touches the toes of your left. Then step your left foot forward in the same way, heel to toe in a perfectly straight line. Take 10 steps forward. Turn carefully. Take 10 steps back. That is 1 set. Complete 2 sets. What to focus on. Keep your eyes forward, not down at your feet. Walk slowly and with full control. If you need to touch the wall for a moment, that is completely fine. Touch it and continue. Consistency matters far more than perfection here. Progress tip. As this becomes easier, try it with your arms crossed over your chest instead of extended for balance. This removes the arm compensation and forces your core and ankles to take on more of the stabilizing work. Exercise 6. Standing marches with crossbody. Tap. Why this matters? This rebuilds 2 things at once, the hip flexor strength needed to lift your feet clearly off the ground with each step, and the crossbody coordination that is one of the cerebellum's most important jobs. Crossbody movement activates the neural pathways between the 2 hemispheres of the brain, which is essential for smooth, coordinated walking. How to do it. Stand tall behind a sturdy chair with both hands lightly resting on the back. Lift your right knee toward your chest as high as you comfortably can. As your knee rises, tap it with your left hand. Lower the right leg with control, then lift your left knee and tap it with your right hand. That is 1 repetition. Do 10 repetitions on each side, 20 total. Move slowly and deliberately. The tapping hand and the rising knee should meet at exactly the same moment. That precise timing is what trains the cerebellum. Progress tip. Once this feels comfortable, try it without holding the chair. Arms extended to your sides instead. Eventually, try 2 or 3 reps with your eyes closed to deepen the neurological challenge. Exercise 7. Fixed point turn. Why this matters: dizziness and disorientation during turning movements. Pivoting in the kitchen, turning to look behind you, getting up and changing direction, is one of the most common triggers for falls after 70. This exercise trains exactly that skill by forcing your visual system and your vestibular system to coordinate during rotation, which is precisely the job the cerebellum struggles with when its blood supply is compromised. How to do it? Stand facing a wall with a sturdy chair or countertop nearby. Choose a fixed point at roughly eye level, a light switch, a picture frame, any clear mark on the wall. Lock your gaze on that point. Now take 3 slow steps and execute a complete 360-degree turn. During the turn, keep your eyes locked on that fixed point for as long as physically possible. The moment the turn is complete, find that same point again immediately. Do 5 full turns per session. Start very slowly. As this becomes easier over the following weeks, gradually increase the speed of the turn. What to focus on? Do not close your eyes during this one. The entire benefit comes from the active coordination between what your eyes see and what your inner ear feels during the rotation. Stay near the wall, especially in the first week. Exercise 8. Multi-direction weight shifts. Why this matters: most falls do not happen going straight forward. They happen when you reach sideways, turn slightly, or shift your weight in an unexpected direction. This exercise trains your ability to move your center of gravity in multiple directions and recover back to center, which is the core skill your body needs to catch itself before a stumble becomes a fall. How to do it? Stand behind a sturdy chair with both hands resting lightly on the back. Feet hip-width apart, back straight. Slowly shift your weight to your right foot, lifting your left foot just 1 inch off the floor. Hold for 3 seconds. Return to center. Now shift to your left foot, lifting the right foot just 1 inch. Hold for 3 seconds. Return to center. Now shift your weight gently forward, onto the balls of your feet, just far enough to feel the challenge without your heels leaving the floor. Hold 3 seconds. Return. Then shift gently backward onto your heels. Hold 3 seconds. Return. That full sequence, right, left, forward, back, is 1 complete round. Do 3 rounds. Progress. Tip: as you get stronger, gradually reduce your grip on the chair, from full hands to fingertips only to no support at all. Each step down forces your ankles, hips, and core to take on more of the stabilizing work. Important safety note. Now that you have seen all 8 exercises, I want to stop for a moment before you begin, because your safety is the most important thing here, and I would never forgive myself if someone got hurt trying to follow along. First, please understand that these exercises are designed for general use by healthy older adults. If you have been diagnosed with a neurological condition such as Parkinson's disease, have a history of stroke, or have been told by a doctor that you have significant vertebral artery disease or severe cervical instability, please speak with your physician or a licensed physical therapist before attempting any of these movements. Your situation may require a modified or closely supervised approach, and that is completely okay. Second, for the neck release exercises specifically, never force any movement. The stretches and rotations in Group 1 should always feel like a gentle, mild pull, never sharp, never pinching, and never accompanied by dizziness or a tingling sensation down your arms. If you feel any of those things, stop immediately and consult your doctor before continuing. The neck is a sensitive area, and patience here will serve you far better than pushing too hard too fast. Third, for the balance and walking exercises in Group 2, always have something within reach before you start. A wall, a sturdy chair, a countertop, it does not matter which, as long as it is there. And this is not because I expect you to fall. It is because having that safety net nearby lets you train with more confidence and less tension, which actually makes every single exercise more effective. Fourth, never do these exercises in socks on a hard floor. Socks on smooth surfaces are one of the most common causes of slips at home. Go barefoot if you can. It is actually ideal for balance training because it maximizes the sensory feedback your brain receives from the ground. If you prefer footwear, choose shoes with a non-slip sole. Fifth, and most importantly, if at any point during any of these exercises you experience sharp pain, sudden dizziness, a feeling of the room spinning, or anything that simply does not feel right, stop immediately. Do not push through it. There is no movement here worth risking an injury over. Work at your own pace, progress on your own timeline, and let your body tell you when it is ready for more. That is how lasting change is built. Your daily routine. Here is the simplest way to fit all 8 exercises into your day. Every morning, spend 5 minutes on the 3 neck release exercises, the rotation, the side stretch, and the self-massage. Think of this as opening the pathway so your cerebellum can receive what it needs throughout the day. Then, at any point during the day, even in short 2-minute bursts, work through the 5 cerebellum training exercises. The slow-motion walk and heel-to-toe walk can be done in any hallway. The marches, turns, and weight shifts can all be done in a small space next to a chair. The entire routine takes less than 12 minutes total, and these work best done consistently, a little every day, rather than long sessions once or twice a week. Do not skip the days when you feel steady. Those are actually the most important days of all. Every repetition builds the neural pathway that fires automatically the next time your balance is challenged. You are doing the work now so your body can protect you later, in that split second when it matters most. Closing. The drifting, the wobbling, the reaching for walls. None of that has to be the final chapter. Your cerebellum has not given up. It may simply need better input, better blood flow, and better daily practice. When you give your brain the right challenge consistently, it can respond, slowly, quietly, and steadily. Before you leave this video, remember this. The people who improve the most are not always the ones who push the hardest. They are the ones who show up every day even when nothing seems to be changing. Because the brain often improves before you can feel it. New pathways are being trained, old signals are being reawakened, and then one morning you walk across the kitchen and realize something important. You did not reach for the wall, you simply walked. So start small today. Do the neck release. Try the slow motion walk. That is enough for day 1. Then add one more exercise every few days. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is to teach your body, one careful repetition at a time, how to trust the ground again. Give yourself 6 weeks of steady practice and you may begin to feel more control, more confidence, and more trust in your own steps again. And please, do not keep this to yourself. If you know someone who grabs the counter when they stand, avoids walking outside, or feels nervous turning in the hallway, share this video with them. This simple information may help them feel safer, steadier, and more independent. One more thing before you go. Balance is only one part of fall prevention. The next piece is leg strength. Even when your balance improves, your legs still need the power to catch you in that split second when it matters most. That is why I made a dedicated video on safe leg strengthening exercises for people over 70. No gym, no equipment, and easy to follow at home. That video is on the screen right now. Click it next and I will walk you through it step by step. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.